Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Unfiltered commentary. And not your truth, the real truth. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for your support. Welcome back. From Fox News. You're going to love this one. Vice President Kamala Harris says U.S. will be off the map as a role model if voting rights bill is sunk. Yeah, right. Harris interviewed with CBS with Margaret Brennan and produced several controversial moments. Now, what their bill is, and their so-called voting rights bill is the rules that were changed under COVID in 2020 are pretty much put back in forever concerning voting. I don't think that purging voter rolls after somebody doesn't vote for so many years or having ID to prove who you are. To prove you're a citizen that's able to vote is not that outrageous. When you go to register, you got to prove it. Last four numbers, your social, a lot of things. I know I've been involved in 5 elections myself personally in upstate New York. I was an election inspector one year. And also, I'm very familiar with a lot of the rules and regulations out of the Board of Elections here in the county that I live in. It's amazing to me. In a wide-ranging interview on Face the Nation, Vice President Kamala Harris said America will lose its role model status if Congress fails to pass voting rights legislation. With Joe Manchin essentially ending Biden's chances to pass Build Back Better, the administration appears to be pivoting to other policy areas. Harris was tasked with spearheading voting rights over the summer. Nobody's taking away anybody's right to vote, but we have to have some rules. There has to be some security. And by the way, the world looking at us as morally wrong now, the Europeans laugh at us for the amount of mail-in ballots that we have. Even Switzerland and other countries that are about as progressive and left as you can get say it's not a good idea. Mail-in balloting, same-day registration is not a good idea. The integrity of the election and the voting is put at great risk. In the days and weeks ahead, I will engage the American people and work with voting rights organizations, community organizations, and private sector to help strengthen and uplift efforts on voting rights nationwide. What the hell you got to do with the private sector? Unbelievable. Claiming voter rights are under assault. That's a lie. It's a lie, pure and simple. To pass For the People Act and the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act. It's all a scam. They're scared to death. This is the only way they can even pull this off. They pulled the inside straight last year and got Trump out. They're trying to do it again. In her latest comments on voting rights mission, she warned Americans that if Congress doesn't get it together on the bill, the country will be kicked off its pedestal. The world's laughing at us. I can't even tell you how many people I've seen in interviews that deal with the government or foreign business people, and they all say on the QT, what the hell are you people doing in your country? This is America. You can see this and inspire this to reject autocratic leadership, Harris said in a pre-recorded interview with Brennan, which aired on Sunday. Right now, we're about to take ourselves off the map as a role model. People are laughing at us to let people destroy one of the most important pillars of a democracy, which is free and fair elections. It's insane. Absolutely insane. Let's read on. Harris said that while most Americans likely don't see voting rights as an urgent matter, the more the administration spotlights it, the more people realize they are suppressing the right of the American people to vote. That's a lie. Another lie. The Harris interview made several headlines on Sunday. For instance, Harris fired back at Democrats who claim she's being set up to fail. This whole thing was made to be set up to fail. How could they possibly think that this administration will be a success? I mean, honestly and truly, are they that delusional? I don't believe I'm being setting up to fail. See, they can't get her out. And I was convinced that the White House wants her out when a few weeks ago a CNN article blasted her. And there was only one way that CNN would print that or tell that story, is if they got the okay from the White House. They want Biden to step down, but they want her gone too. Who are they going to put in her place? God only knows. But it's got to be approved by the Senate, so that ought to be interesting. I'm the Vice President of the United States. She continued, anything that I handle is because of a tough issue. And it wouldn't be handled at some other level. And there are a lot of big, tough issues that need to be addressed, and it has actually been part of my lifelong career to deal with tough issues, and this is no different. Another lie. I mean, like the issue, you have hundreds and thousands of mostly men in jail. They're going to get paroled, which you stopped as Attorney General of California. So you get the slave labor at $1 an hour to fight wildfires. I mean, addressing that kind of problem. I have no clue how this woman went up so far. Some of you older people know what the Peter Principle is, but this is a Peter Principle on steroids. And those of you that are younger, look up Peter Principle, Google it, and see what comes up. She said similarly raised eyebrows when she told Brennan that her biggest failure in office was her lack of travel. What do you think as we come to the end of the first year? Do you think of your biggest failure? To get out of D.C. more, not to get out more. I mean, actually, there was sincerely for a number of reasons, you know. We, the president, came in, you know, COVID had already started. It was pandemic had started, and when we came in, we really couldn't travel. The woman is worthless. They picked her for two reasons. One, she was non-white, and two, she was a woman. And that's it. Out of the group of misfits that ran in the presidential primaries for the Democrats, look at that crowd. They had to pick a woman. And they had to pick somebody that was non-white. She got the job by default. And now they're screwing all the rest of us. Again, I say this again to Biden voters. This is what you gave us. Your hatred for Donald Trump got us this. He tweets too much. He's too mean. He's vulgar. He's a jerk. He's a racist. He's a moron. He's an inept. You know what? Tired of this childish BS. I'm sick of it. Now we got to deal with this. And this administration, or whoever's going to be, at least the figurehead in the administration, is going to be here another 3 years. You people screwed us all. You want to screw yourself, that's fine. But don't sit here with an axe and put a hole in the bottom of the life raft that we're in, you idiots. Harris also recently had a disastrous interview with Charlamagne tha God. Yeah, he's another one. In which she lost her temper to TV host and suggested Biden was not the person in charge of the White House yet. But another genius. I used to have some respect for Charlamagne, but not anymore. Who's the president? Joe Biden or Joe Manchin? Joe Manchin is freely elected by the people of West Virginia. He says he's going to vote no. Does not make him the president, you moron. And then they pretended like they couldn't hear him. I love it when he turned. I've got an episode where it shows it. He turned and said to his buddy there, whoever it was on the sidelines, probably a producer, "Man, they're acting like they can't hear me, yo." She goes, "I can hear you." It's ridiculous. These people are incompetent. Harris' off-putting personality during interviews she's granted during Biden's first term may account in part for historically low approval numbers. No, they didn't like her before. Now it's just worse. She has blamed race and gender for the negative media coverage, according to recent reports. High-profile members of her staff was also headed for the exit in recent weeks amid a report of a toxic work environment. I've seen her during the Kavanaugh hearing. She is disgusting. Disgusting. What a hack. Absolute. I mean, you look up political hack in the dictionary, it has her picture. I didn't think it was possible for anybody to be disliked as much as Hillary Clinton, but she's certainly given Clinton a run for her money. Unbelievable. What's the most she ever got when she ran for president? What, 3-4%, something like that? Even the Democrats don't like her. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, it's always somebody else's fault. This voting rights bill and changing the rules and making it, putting holes in the system that screw up the integrity of the entire thing. And they're complaining about the fact that Trump people, a lot of them think the election wasn't kosher. And that is destroying our republic. But when the other 50, 60% of the people think that the election integrity isn't any good, that's going to destroy the rest of the republic. When people don't have faith in that, the whole thing falls apart. Why are these people hell-bent on destroying our economy and destroying us socially and our confidence in our Constitution? I have no idea. They're desperate for power. They see it slipping through their fingers, and they don't know what else to do. If this voting bill goes in, it is the end of our republic. The end. Until next time, goodbye and good luck.